Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I am an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make these videos on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you want to know anything about anything I'm talking about in this video, please check in the description below and you will find links to hopefully everything I'm going to talk about. And that's true of all my videos, and specifically this one because I really just have one thing to talk to you about today, and that is I have a new pattern, and this is its pattern tour. I don't need to be standing up in front of my backdrop because it is a cowl, and so I was able to sit down and share it with you. Now I wanted to show you first, this piece is out of Anzula Burly. This is a big old chunky yarn. It is amazing to knit with. It is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. This specifically is the colorway Victoria. It is a very subtle purple, and I wanted to do a unisex piece, and I thought this one would work really well because, you know, it's not a boring color. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it can definitely be a manly color if you wanted it to be or not. So the cowl, I named it the Burly Cable Cowl, or Burly Cable Cowl. I don't think it needs the. And here it is. Doo-doo-doo. There it is. So this is a big old chunky cable, and the way it works, I'm going to show you. I want to flip it around and show you the inside. See, it's got this little flappy guy. I didn't want to graft. I didn't want to do a provisional cast on and try to graft a cable. It's just a pain in the butt for me sometimes. Sometimes I'm lazy and that's just the way it goes. So what I decided to do is I was like, you know what? I could totally fake it, and if I put buttons on it, it'll look like it's buttoned, but I don't want to do buttonholes either. So I just totally faked it. These buttons are decorative, but they're mildly functional. So what you do is the cast on is right here, and you're knitting back and forth to make this fantastic chunky cable. It has some seed stitch in it to give it some extra texture. I think it's super cool. And then once you have finished your cable, you turn it, and you're going to be working this way. It sort of seems upside down because you'll have a slipped stitch edge on the edge of your cable strip. And then what you're going to do is pick up and knit through the slipped stitch edge. Now, all the instructions and even a diagram are in the pattern. The first things I want you to know is you start your pickup in the middle of the back of the cowl. Now, you're like, wait a minute, what? If you start your pickup up here at the beginning, then you're going to end up with your round. The beginning and the end of the round being centered in the front of your cowl. And as we all know, there can sometimes be some jogging issues. I don't think it's highly visible, but I wanted to have that start in the middle of the back. So if you do have any issues, it's not visible. So you start your pickup here and you work around. Actually, it's going to be like this. And you work around, and when you get to the point where you're at the end of your strip, you're going, well, 3 stitches from the end, you're going to overlap and pick up through both layers, and that's going to attach it. And then you keep on picking up stitches, picking up and knitting stitches, and then you end up with working in the round, and then you just work this really simple texture that I think gives it a really cool look and plays well with this sort of semi-solid that we have going on. And it's on 15s, so it knits up crazy fast. And you've got this big old bulky, the glasses are coming off. It is going to keep you warm wherever you are. Look at that. I wish I had had this the other morning at carpool. I was freezing my buns off. So there you go. You got this big old chunky cowl with this beautiful cable. And then all of this down here is what's going to keep you warm and also interfere with your mic. And then what you do is once you finish knitting it, you come back and, oh, glasses need to come back off. Nope. You come back and you use the buttons. When you sew on the buttons, the sewing on of the buttons is going to pin down your flap. So you just place them. You don't have any buttonholes to mess with. And I put this right where the join was. And if you have any weirdness there, the button hides it. And there you go. So this is Burly Cable Cowl. It is done in 2 skeins of Anzula Burly. And I want to show you, this is how much I had left of 2 skeins. So if I didn't think I had enough to do another full repeat, but if you wanted to go a little bit further and stop mid-repeat, you could. If you wanted to make a bigger in diameter cowl, you could knit a longer strip, but then you're going to have to figure out how many stitches you need to pick up. But if you have more yarn, you can definitely make it bigger. So this is Burly Cable Cowl, and it is going to be up for sale as of whenever I post this video, so that if you want to make it yourself, that you can. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it the thumbs up. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.